surprised.
I put a blade on my side by side and I never could use it for the last snow. It works good, but it does not move that heavy stuff.
Well, you need to put a bunch of weight in the back.
Yeah. It's done. And the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, call the meeting over. Okay, I'll make a motion that we make an addition to the agenda to designate the chairman of the board as our authorized representative for HSEMD.
Okay.
And what is that?
Have a copy.
It's something to do with emergency management.
Okay, I'll second
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
And also the rest of the agenda.
Okay,
Item 10.
Okay, the second,
yeah, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. We had a chance to look at the minutes.
Yeah, I did make a motion to approve the minutes for January 16th, 24.
And I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on that minutes? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, meetings attended, Sean.
Had a rescheduled Board of Health meeting. Through the budget. Will be presented here later on today or tomorrow, I'm not sure which. Probably tomorrow. But they did well. So, and I think she sent a text or an email out that she had a little error on it. And she caught that she redid and actually lowered it just a little bit more, so it should be a good budget there. And then Thursday I attended the Wapello City Council meeting, and just as a supervisor, it's pretty much business as usual, so that's all I had.
We had can't think of nothing I had.
Okay.
Or
That would come up. I had a community action meeting as a charity again. Due to the weather. Things going good. Getting a daycare opened up at Mount Pleasant. I'm on the building committee and also on the finance committee. And things look good. We just had an audit, went through the audit, everything's great. In line. Really looks good. Had a Waffle development meeting, still working on trying to get some things done, trying to get some businesses in the community. And working on some land sales, so. Other than that, things are moving forward. And that's all I have. Any input, public input, Randy, you got anything? Okay. There was no payroll changes that I've seen. There was only actually one thing in there that was about number 9.
Petro Moore, is that the one in Toddtown?
That is the Grandview one.
Oh, Grandview, okay.
Yeah, that's the Grandview one.
Got it.
Well, I'll make a motion that we sign a liquor license for Shepherd and Shepherd LLC Petromore.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you. Hey, want to go do that signature one, then we'll get it soon. We're gonna do that one we added.
Oh, the Brian Child.
Yeah,
Chris.
Brian, just shoot it to you. You can.
Yeah, what it is basically, for Iowa Homeland Security Management, the purpose is obtaining financial assistance, so it's a grant opportunity, so I need a motion in a second where I can sign that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
any discussion? Not all in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Aye. Votes. Susan, you ready?
Yep. I actually only need 2 of these copies signed. Saturday, the drainage had an election. And I just need to canvass the votes. So it'll be just the very last page that you guys will have to sign. There we had. Levy District 9. Kevin Bell had 6 votes. No one else. We had Levy District 11, we had Milton Hayes with 4 votes and no one else. Drainage District 12, we had Brian Hayes for 4 votes and no one else. And Drainage District 23, Kevin Bill for 6 votes and no one else. And that is it.
How can Kevin be on 2 different districts?
If he lives in 2 different drainage districts, a lot of people will live in multiple districts.
Or own real estate.
Yeah, and own real estate in multiple districts.
Do you want all 3 copies signed with the signatures?
I actually only need 2 copies actually signed by everybody, so. if I'll do it again.
I'll sign mine here.
Chris, go ahead and sign your.
Yeah, thank you for putting that budget in. That's very nice.
One of that one. Need a paper clip.
And walk back in the pond.
You can. You own farming, we'll go bottom. Here south of town. You can
Take my car, and you have to come back and get me.
And I'm sure that's not a huge deal. You ever come up with something about a boat, it would be kind of
Yeah,
weird.
thank you. Yeah.
Morning.
Well, they usually don't cross. The ground.
I'll be over there. Thank you.
I don't think Adam's gonna be here today. He's up in the morning, he's gone.
At the Cub Scout thing.
Yeah.
Thought of that last night. Was. Okay,
Let me see if Brian's available to do his monthly update.
sure, thank you.
Are you available to do your update now?
Then. I like to do some looking in the trash, you got one better. Look too deep.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Right here.
Approved and signed.
That's you.
Oh, no, that's just for the state of Iowa requirement. FEMA's got their own stack paid for it. It's incredible. Mind boggling. Just for an update for emergency management, I guess the hot topic would be the snow. And we've had a very busy couple of days, but I'll let Adam speak to that when he gets here.
Is that coming in today?
Okay, but they did work around the clock, or they worked extensive hours. They did the best they could. They stayed ahead. I think we were just lucky that the wind stopped and then the snow stopped.
I'm telling these guys, we still have this one road closed. south part of I Avenue off G62 around that sheriff's office. Probably 200 yards, probably.
So, nowadays, modern media, we can all see what's going on with the weather in and around our county, other counties, but I did stay in touch with our other county emergency managers to see how they're doing. And just with Facebook alone, you can kind of get a feel for what's going on around. But I just stay in touch with Adam every day, like probably each of you did. And after about a couple of days, I offered to Adam to say, how about we just have a morning briefing and an afternoon briefing to make all these less phone calls for him. But he seemed to be comfortable talking with everybody one-on-one as the day progressed, and because it did. So I let him run that decision, and that was all fine. But during all that, I had my eye on it, but I was in touch with the county roads, each of you I touched base with, the State Emergency Operations Center. I stayed in contact with the Sheriff's Office, Public Health, and our other emergency managers. I called several fire departments to see how they were doing, and I could also tell by their social media that they had chained up and they were ready for response. I've been in touch with Mid-America Emergency Operations Center and Kinder Morgan, because I was talking with Damon about Wapello Fire, but he also mentioned some of their struggles with Kinder Morgan and their remote sites. I reached out to Tri-Oak after about day 2 to see how they were getting along with feeding hogs. And they seem to be behind in loads, but they can get to their facilities. So I didn't get any other requests from them. And then it became a discussion with Adam and I about one of the preparedness pieces would be to have a list of commercial snow removal guys with snow plows and some equipment to get in if we needed some help, or residents to get plowed out. So working with the fire chiefs, I identified several operators just scattered around the county, and I made contact with them to see if they'd be available for emergency snow removal, and they were, and they did. For instance, I believe Kemp over in Grandview was helping Kinder Morgan get to a couple of places, and so a couple people got called out. We only had a couple of stranded residents that called and said, I may be in trouble in a couple of days. So we put that on the radar, and by the time we usually got there, they had solved their problem. But we didn't, and we had a couple, this is incidents where they needed an ambulance to get to a place, and the county plowed the way to those. So I think all in all, we had a good response. I don't know what we could have done different. Other counties were more effective than us. And we find that out as a couple of counties wanted to declare state of emergency, and a couple of counties did. Wapello County and Henry County got the board of supervisors to sign off on a state of emergency, and then that allowed requests for financial assistance if we met these thresholds. They're the only 2 that declared, and probably the only couple that really had met the threshold. There's a historical snowfall measurement, and Louisa County didn't meet that as well. And I haven't heard anything from the state on that. They said they were measuring, they would monitor, they would see. I had no more information from the state about that. The other thing would be what I presented to you with that signature for representation from the hazard mitigation plan. I mentioned to you that, and I don't know if you're on that commission, if you knew Jordan personally. And so yeah, he was actually working through the application for a hazard mitigation plan through the state of Iowa. It's a FEMA grant and a FEMA plan, but they were helping us manage that. But so Jordan's off to a new career somewhere, and he's handed it off to Zach James. You probably know Zach. So Zach is very capable, and he got someone else, Sam Avery, is going to help with that. They're involved in the application. It's just to get to a starting point. It seems like the plan development is easier than the whole application itself. That's all I've got for EMA to bore you with. We're working on a couple of those kind of things. Other than that, the emergency 911, we just had our meeting, approved the budget. That was a non-event. And then for safety, we did have this last snow event. We had a couple people fall. Nothing, no doctor visits from that, but just a slip and fall and bruise and slippery conditions. And so we call it a little extra salt around here. I could see this morning, and I called Tracy about salt on the sidewalk yesterday. Just a little extra awareness. And Can't be everywhere on that. That's all the updates I got for you guys.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for your update.
That.
Yeah, it's gonna be slick, melt, run out on the, I got snow up against my driveway, it's gonna be an icy thing every night.
Yeah. A little casualty was me, I'm coming back on my Friday. That was a big old callus, yeah. I just took it to a bench grinder. Ground the callus off of it, so the new can start coming in.
Yeah, is that approved? What do you do?
Yeah.
I know another way, a truck hitch. It takes the end right off of it.
Well, I banged it once I got it all softened up, and I hit it and carried apart.
A gentleman came out to meet us, he,
All with the snowplow back over.
no, not that, I didn't hear about that. No, the one at the South lost in a couple hours, so the next
I
time.
just, yeah, I heard extensive. Lost Mike, but, Larry Kurz boy,
Yeah,
he's the principal.
Yeah.
Here, in the parking lot, he got run over by a
never heard that.
snowplow broke off. Right?
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Probably in his fifties.
Yeah.
It's John Kurt.
Yeah, John.
He was on media.
Yeah.
That got hit.
Yeah.
Back over.
One of their own.
The guy came in and told him, and said, would you move your car so that we could plow? So he was walking out to do that. And he said that he banged on the side of the truck as the guy was backing up to say, hey, I'm here.
Did the blade get him or the?
No, the wheels.
Oh, wheels. You know, I don't think about that skid loader all the time backing up.
Oh, and where you're doing the pushing snow in residential.
Yeah.
that'd be-
Just, and I just tell everybody, don't come behind me. Please, don't come. behind me. I don't know if you can sleep again. I think I just went with a JCB. Side door.
People really like him. I don't know how.
Find out. It's coming.
I know a guy that has a forestry head on one and
Really?
he's run the heck out of it.
Mine's on site.
Good morning.
Well, his is too. It is.
Did
my
have
forestry
you
head
next week? Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, they're pricey.
Okay,
25,000 for a forestry.
no, I just
That's
wanted to
cheap.
verify because he told me that, because they might not go because of the weather, so. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.
I didn't get the telehandler, I just got the regular one, I got telehandler.
But everybody likes the side entry.
Me too. Yeah. My worry is always slipping on the blade strut or something in the bucket.
You know, guys climbing off of his last spring up on a trailer and he ended up on the ground and.
Ribs,
What did he do? He didn't break his leg, but he tore stuff so bad that it'd been better if he broke it.
Well, that's our agenda.
Yeah,
I wanted to wait to start working on our budget.
well, we're an hour.
Yeah, we'd have to adjourn the meeting, is that how?
Yeah, I'd make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
danger. It's quick.
Record meeting.